After adventuring with my good friend astronaut John Harrington around the country, he told me about a city he visited in South Carolina that I just had to see for myself. He said it was one of the most charming cities he had ever been to. Charleston sits smack dab in the middle of the coast of South Carolina. Founded in 1670, it was one of the original 13 colonies and still has enormous French and African influences. The angel oak tree is a well-known 300 to 400-year-old staple. Home to some of the most must-see East Coast beaches. You can still take a horse carriage down cobblestone streets and even reach the edge of the city on Waterfront Park, one of John's favorite places. You guys, look at these amazing trees. So these are live oaks. Some have called them nature's wonders, and I could definitely see why. It is just beautiful. These trees are some of the oldest trees. They're native to this country, and they're between like 300 and 400 years, which makes them older than the original owners of this place. The moss coming down, that's Spanish moss, but in Alaska, we call it grandpa's beard or wizard's beard. It's pretty amazing. Now we're going to check out the Slave Dwelling Project, where people can stay overnight in old slave dwellings in an effort to raise awareness for their preservation.
My name is Joseph McGill. I grew up in King Street, South Carolina. It's about an hour and a half northwest of Charleston.
So how many different dwellings are there?
Thousands. I've slept in about 150 in 25 states and the District of Columbia. Haven't even scratched the surface. We sleep in the dwellings. That's the easy part. Sleeping is easy. Anybody can sleep in any place. But the most challenging part of what we do and the most fun part of what we do is that we have conversations. We have conversations about slavery and the legacy that is left on this nation. We talk about Confederate monuments. We talk about white supremacy, historical trauma. We pack it all in there and just have these conversations.
And it's all different types of people that are staying with you in these dwellings?
Yes, yeah, black folks, white folks, old folks, young folks. Yeah, we just have a beautiful time. And being at a site like this is kind of disarming. It creates the environment for folks to just tell it all, just let themselves go. All these cabins were built in 1850. This one's restored to look like 1850. Now, during the time of slavery, a common question is, well, how many people lived in these cabins? Well, you may have a grandmother, grandfather, a mother, and a father, and children. So it could be anywhere from 2 to 5, 10, somewhere around there.
Wow, there is a lot of history here. I know another person nearby who has found a way to preserve his cultural heritage.
Food from the South is not just about the fried chicken and the mac and cheese. It's a huge honor to represent the state as an ambassador through food because that's who I am. What I'm trying to do is educate people on the inspirations of the African American in American cuisine and everything that we eat. Also to expose people to the stories of those formerly enslaved cooks who really set the foundation for what we do in this school and beyond.
Kevin is taking me to the famous restaurant circa 1886. We're going to see just how good the South Carolina cooking really is.
Ariel, this is Chef Mark.
Hi,
Chef Mark
how
Collins,
are you doing?
The chef here.
Nice to meet you.
Chef,
how you
good
been?
to see you.
Likewise.
Good.
We're hungry.
Well, come on in. South Carolina is a pretty unique state because it has a lot of rich history. A lot of that food history comes from Native Americans that were here, to Europeans that settled in this area, to the African connection that we have. With it brought spices and flavors that you wouldn't find in any other area along the eastern seaboard. So you said your mouth was watering, so we're here to satiate that for you.
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
Awesome.
Ooh.
The shrimp and rice grits, everybody knows Charleston for shrimp and grits.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Real nice light flavors with a little salad on top and the lemon oil. So then we have a sweet potato dish. We do a little eggplant puree that's on there too. This one, basically a hen dish, which is a real ode to Africa and some of the flavors that they would have had.
Oh, it's so good. I'm here at the South Carolina Aquarium, getting ready to go to the Sea Turtle Care Center.
I've been working with sea turtles and other marine life for over 23 years. Ever since I was a little girl, I knew that I wanted to work with marine animals. Here at the Sea Turtle Care Center at the South Carolina Aquarium, we treat hundreds of turtles. This year we've already had 27 turtles come into our care. All in all, since the Sea Turtle Care Center opened here, we've released 310 sea turtles, healthy animals back out to the wild. Endangered species like the sea turtle are keystone species. They're a good indication of the health of our oceans, and the health of our oceans doesn't just affect sea turtles and marine life, it affects us, the food that we eat and the air that we breathe. So it's so important to not just care for sea turtles, but help care for the whole marine environment, because our whole world depends on it. So much of what we see are human-related problems, plastic ingestion, entanglement, things like that. The biggest thing that people can do, again, educating themselves and just learning about being a responsible steward of the environment. Recycle when you can, reducing and reusing single-use plastic. Sometimes they're really surprised at just how simple it can be.
John Harrington originally told me to come here because he said it was one of the most gorgeous places he's ever been. And Charleston really is beautiful, and full of so many incredible people too. I'll have to come back again whenever that next adventure is.